Welcome to the Eglinton West Pop-Up Podcast. I'm Clifton Joseph and I'm here on the block at Eglinton West, just west of Eglinton and Marley, if you will, please. We have all the way from Antigua and Barbuda, the twin sister island, Rafika, Feeks, Attwood. Sis, welcome to Toronto.
I'm loving it.
And what incarnation are you doing in this beautiful city?
Well, I participated in YPF, that's Young Professional Fellowship Canada 2025. Only small island in the room.
What? Bigging up the small island, or repping the small island. Where in Antigua you from, sis?
John Hughes.
John Hughes. What is this conference about, this young, what do you call it?
This Young Professional Fellowship was about change makers, persons working in the environment, persons working in the mental health space, persons in social media, people wanting to be impactful individuals, persons that would have created social projects that made an impact internationally.
And what is the impact you have had in Antigua in your estimation? I refer specifically to the Wallings Nature Reserve.
I would have created the first community managed national park in Antigua and Barbuda in the Eastern Caribbean region. That's the Caribbean overall.
Say what? Say that again, slowly if you will.
I would have created the first community managed national park in Antigua and Barbuda and the Eastern Caribbean region.
How does an individual create a national park?
By using my hands.
How did that come about? Did you approach the government? Is that how it came out? Did somebody hire you, or how did it happen?
Backstory. I when I'm not wearing stilettos or I'm not in Canada, I ride my donkey. At the time, my donkey's name was Max. Yes, nobody take back my donkey
over,
again.
or you would like to the side, or like
I
over?
ride men's way, ladies' way.
Legs over on each side.
Yes, because I have to ride it with a tackling. So, backstory, I work in the bushes on the donkey, and I remember one morning I couldn't pass in Wallings forestry because we were going somewhere else to check out something. And my dad had to come off and cut the tree out the road. And he asked me why I have Wallings looking like that, because I was working as a tour guide with another company, and I carried a tour the day before. And I'm sitting on my donkey and telling him that's a him problem, not a me problem. And he's cutting the tree and he's cussing and he's saying, oh, you're just like the rest of Antigua's, what this? And I'm like, no, I don't want to take all this responsibility. And he's cutting the tree and he's cursing. He says, it smell funny and it's dirty. Why you have the place looking like that? And you're bringing tourists into this space. So you're showing persons Antigua dirty. Again, we get the man back chat and say, hey, how is that my problem? And he said to me, shut up. If you're not going to do something about it, shut up. Just like the rest of Antiguans always talk and want somebody to fix the problems, and you have the opportunity to do it. And I'm like, me? You want to forget to kind of responsibility there? And he said to me, probably you're going to be the one to make a difference. And I was vexed all day because the one they bad me, shut up. I am just talking the talk.
Shots fired. That's a challenge right there.
I basically could not sleep the night. I went home a couple days later. I kept talking about it. He said, that one they really bother you and the shut up really bother you. And then he said, okay, let me lay down a challenge. Let's see if you can transform Wallings. I'm challenging you to be the difference. Be the change you want to see. I went about and I approached the government indicating to them that I wanted to transform this space, and they're telling me I was going to fail. And that's another challenge. One don't tell me shut up and one going to tell me you're going to fail. And I can't take two shots.
Might as well give it up or not. Do something or don't.
I can't take two shots. And I said to them, you know me, I'm going to make history and you're not going to believe I'm going to do it. And they say, others have tried. I said, boy, you never tried Rafika way. You don't know me. You've heard of me. You've heard about me. You don't know me. You've never seen me in my element.
Well, what experience did you have in essentially running a national park? You were a tour guide.
I didn't have no experience like that. I know how to run a business because I have a registered business. And I am a learned person. At that time when I was doing this, I would have already read over 18,000 books. So I jumped into my books to find out.
You count your books?
Yeah.
Damn.
I jumped into a book and I started to research to find if there was any information about any projects happening in the Wallings Forest area. And I started to talk to persons in John Hughes, and somebody said, oh, you know how long they've been trying to do something at Wallings and how many town hall meetings they have and how many consultations they have.
More discouragement
And
again?
yes, and then I remember saying it to somebody, and she's like, I have some documents, let me send them to you. And she sent them to me. And I started to read, and I realized where they failed, and I started to laugh. So I started to make notes and see how far they would have gotten and what they were doing and who and what. And I realized the model that they were trying to use wasn't working. So they themselves had written in the document that first, they're going to let the community run it. Second, they're going to do a collaboration between the community and the government. And the last resort was to give it to the community in its entirety to see if the community could do something. No, this is written in the document, you know. So I'm the community now.
See.
So I'm not going outside of what they would have planned. So I'm using their documentation and their legislation against them. So you already tried first two methods and you failed. The third one is there, let the community try it on their own.
So were they paying you?
No. No.
Hold on. So they want to get this thing done. They've tried it before, they failed. They got the model. You
I went and used their documentation to see where they make the mistakes and how
and
I
they're
can
not
fix
paying
it.
you?
No.
Okay.
So I'm doing my research. Did my research, realized that as a community I gotta start, set up a not-for-profit. Had persons from John Hughes on the board. John Hughes were bad-minded. Everybody want to just sit down in a position and take picture. Nobody want to do the hard work. Okay, got the process started. I went to a workshop and I was speaking about the work I do in the forest, and this lady said to me, I want to work with you. I think I can give you funding to get Wallings started, to get Wallings registered. Me now play chicken, don't touch time, and about one that. Here she what? She said you have the drive and passion. It's like you can see things through to the end. I took the money. I had to run it through my for-profit organization to get the lawyer and everything. So I actually started the process in 2016, June the 25th, up and down, back and forth. I never got that organization registered until June the 25th, the same time, 2018. So it took me 2 years to get everything done. I wrote a letter to the government indicating to them this is what I wanted to do with Wallings. And you know, you hear about corruption all the time. And I had the unfortunate opportunity to actually speak to one of the civil service in charge of forestry about the project. And he's saying to me, oh, we've tried and failed and it can't happen. And if you want it done, you have to pay me because I've done it with other communities before. He said it.
What do you mean pay him?
Pay him. And what he don't do, he be a role. So he has been doing government's work, but then him as a civil servant is taking the money from... I have documentation to prove that he has gotten money from other civil society organizations under the pretense of using his position as a civil servant to get this done.
Line in his pockets.
And let me just make it known, I look man, I don't want money for you, I don't money for you. And he said he would do everything in his utmost power to make sure I fail. He was the biggest detriment. Every time you go into the ministry, he hears some story, he hears some mix up. Okay. Got the first money, $50,000 US to start. By the time we already got the place clean up and everything, you couldn't even find the entrance. So here we are, starting to clean up with...
Who's we by this point now? You got a team?
Me and my family members and my children and anybody that would come with me going out there, because I said to them, we're going to try to transform Wallings, and lots of people laugh, and quite a few persons said, okay,
sure,
let's help you.
Go ahead.
Let's help you. So you had those persons. And you know how when you don't have no money in the Caribbean, you make sure you can buy a cooler drinks and have some food.
Yes.
And we did that community thing where you go and clean up every Sunday, and we have a cooler, and we have some drinks, and we started with 2 persons, and it got to 4, and then it got to 6, and then you had 20-something people coming every Sunday.
Really community building at the same time, right?
Yes. To clean up Wallings, a person started to take note. When we started to clean up Wallings, it was a place for everybody to rendezvous to do what they wanted, and going in from the entrance that you couldn't find all the way up to the picnic area, the amount of trash that you found. We got 57 bags of trash in the first cleanup attempt. Spoke to a truck man and tell you I don't have money, and he said, just give one like a thing we throw in gas or diesel in the truck. And he took the garbage away. We continued. So now we need to try to get something in writing. So we started to get something in writing from the government to say that we can actually do this project, because we started to
and you got some level of security too.
Yeah. So we started to clean up. So we would clean today, and by the time we went back the following day, persons were going with new garbage. So every day, you're taking out garbage until persons realize we're happening. Okay. Got over the hurdles and we started to clean up the space. When we officially started Wallings Nature Reserve Incorporated, after we got the registration complete, we started on that 10 by 10 tent close to the entrance because we don't have a building, porta potties that you could go in and everybody could see what the waste was. And then after we realized those weren't working out, we actually got sponsored from a company that was in Villa at the time, some porta potties that you could actually flush and have the water station. And we out there and people come across and say, oh, who the hell me think me be? And I heard some things about myself and my ancestors, because here is it that nappy head gal want to go take money. Something that stays with me now when I use it as a missile when persons want to tell me, oh, you're a donkey rider. Somebody from John you said to me, I am not of caliber. She refused to let the village be represented by the donkey rider.
You were really driven with all of these naysayers coming at you left, right, and center. Your mind must have been really tough.
Number one,
and
prove all of them wrong. I want to prove all of them wrong. Because here is it. That you ever hear that say, you're afraid work? You're afraid work. You know, see this thing push off and get anywhere yet. But you're already being negative towards it and you're saying, oh, it can't happen and this can't happen. It can't happen because it's in your mind and this is not your vision. I got very hands-on. I think my daughter, my middle child, she was the last at the time. She was always with me because I didn't have a babysitter like that. And when one other time, when we thought that we could just cut the grass, we actually had to bring in a backhoe because somebody had taken down a building, push it in that corner, dig a hole and cover it. So when we thought we could use a weed whacker, we had to get a backhoe. When we got the backhoe, I think she was 8 or 7 at the time, and she was always there. The gentleman taught her how to operate the backhoe. There is a 7-year-old little girl on the backhoe, operating the backhoe to help to clean up.
Wow.
And
amazing.
Yeah. And then when we started to get it clean up, now we had other persons coming on board and starting to give us a hand. And there was a hole that was dug by somebody again to build the building. And we had a fire pit that burned for 6 months. So every day somebody would go and push up the wood and the fire and the garbage that we had to burn. Because the garbage was so excess that we, up to the time we got a 20-ton truck and pressed the garbage quite a few times. You still had to leave back and bury some. I had a neighbor, she's on retirement, she's not doing anything at home. She realized we're going to be doing this with the Wallings. And what I did in the first phase of the project, I got some stipend to pay them, because I can't pay myself, but I can pay them the stipend to help clean up the place.
Spread it around, yeah.
Yeah, so the neighbor was home sitting down doing nothing, so she excited to get one little extra money in her pocket, so she come. And then she actually named the gully, Conch Shed Gully, because persons from Old Road would come up and dump the conchs when they take the conchs out the shell, literally. And we got maybe 6 or 7 truckloads of conch shells from that one spot.
6 truckloads?
Yes.
So
and then we not about the jellies.
Coconut,
and then they sell jelly and they come and back in the truck and have this place like a rundown. Okay, we get the place clean up. The civil servant I run towards the Wallings, so he don't want us to see what is happening. So now we're setting up this thing. He realized that we're going to realize he's coming to us. 6 buses a daytime, sometimes more, sometimes 4 coaster buses in the morning, 4 in the afternoon. And he's coming there on government time in government truck and sending off his tours and collecting his money. And then one time he realized that we were there cleaning up the space. He has this arrogant behavior, like he has made it and he's all everything. Somebody was using a chainsaw. He said, oh, the person don't know how to use a chainsaw, this person don't that, and the person don't that. But what he didn't realize is the person is left-handed. So what we would do as right-handers, they can't do it like us. They would do it in a different way because they're left-handed. And he said, oh, he don't want the place transformed because we're in his business and the place is not going to go anywhere, and he's going to use as much of his energy as he can to get the Wallings place project shut down, because Wallings the need for develop, and he don't know what I'm trying to prove, but others have tried and failed, and as long as he has written his body, he will make sure the project fail. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. Come done. I got the start I needed, and I'm going. Okay. And the time, Dean Jonas was the Minister of Agriculture, and I wrote that man a 4-page legal size letter back and front, a complaint. 4 pages, back and front. So you know, I usually print the letter on one side,
Yeah.
but white, so plenty pages again, complaining and listing everything that they've done and failed as a government to do. And here I am, volunteering my time, because the organization doesn't start to make the money yet, and riding my donkey to make sure I can pay my bills to set up this space. I write him every week on McCall Ministry of Agriculture, McCall Ministry of Agriculture. And he came one day and said that he was concerned because the letters were coming so often and he didn't think that he didn't get on.
Who is this lady? Who is this lady?
And I go and I drop it off. When he came the day, rain they come, and we under the tent, and one of the staff pushed him out a bit so he could get wet. And I was sitting down there. I'm standing up there, and he said to us, why is the building to the back of us not being used? I said, well, ask the forestry officer for the key, because he have his sticks locked up in there for his personal use. He said, give him a few days, and he's going to try to see if he get the key. He eventually got the key and brought the key to us personally as the Minister of Agriculture. Because he realized we're doing something good. And while he was there, it was raining, but you had persons trickling in as tourists, because we started to clean up the trails by then. Okay, we get the building. When we opened the building, it's a home to bats and rats. I mean, they smell funny. So we had somebody that was working at Terminex at the time and know somebody else. So now we started to use our connections and beg favor and beg this and beg that. And we had to extend the building. He put in writing that we were allowed to develop the space, collect an entrance fee, etc., etc. They needed updated reports, and then the document would never expire. The next thing to cause the document to expire would be an MOU or another form of agreement. Okay, so we have something from the government now in writing. You know, the same civil servant and the PS at the time. I'm going to call him Angie Dog, because of how his skin look. The PS at the time, I got to tell me, oh, he don't know why I want to do this, and his technician said this and his technician just said that. And I said to him, why you don't get about your office and come and see what we're doing? You're sitting down here listening to a liar that is going to twist the story to make it seem as if we're doing the world of things out there, and you're not coming for yourself to see. All right, the cabinet letter multiple times and invite them out there. Remember, we're just getting started, you know. We don't reach nowhere yet, just to get things kicked off. Person from Antigua would come and say, oh, they've been coming to Wallings for years, and me just come from nowhere. Me want to charge to get money, like I want to put money in my pocket. And Antiguans are stupid, non-forward thinkers, and ignorant to changes. They were the worst persons to try to see where this place is going. Because, oh, my custom for go there, oh, I want to pay for. But we using porta potties, you know, have a bathroom. After the minister gave us a letter, we wrote to DC to let them know we're going to renovate the building, etc., etc. So we're going to look money now for fix up the administration building, come down a building. And then we found an architect that was willing to work with us to draw a plan to get a bathroom, and he drew a plan for a 2-stall bathroom. 1 stall for regular people and 1 stall for disabled people. We got the funding to build the bathroom. So we had to take out some guava trees where we wanted to put down the bathroom, because they were sour and they were growing up kind of a way, and the bathroom was ideal at that spot, right next to the road under the mango tree, next to the administration building. We get a bathroom to build, but we don't have money to finish it because we didn't ask for enough. It happened. Till a learning curve. The things not go. We invited another organization out to Wallings to see, hey, this is the situation, this is what is happening. Within the first $50,000 that I got, I would have allocated funds to ensure that by the time we clean the trails, we can mark them one time. And I like to write things, so I suffer with insomnia. So I get up in the night and I have a notepad next to my bed, and I make my notes right then and there. I listed the trails and what color I was going to put, because I wanted to create a mechanism where you wanted to cut down the amount of incidences in the forest area. You don't want it to, if you have an accident, you know exactly where persons are. And I came up with the idea to use different colors for the different trails, and if it wasn't a primary trail but a connecting trail, all the flags would be black. Okay. So you had a Reservoir Hill with black. You developed a system. You had Reservoir Hill with black, and you had a Bongo with black. Another thing I did, I numbered the flags. So one trail would have,
so you'd know exactly where
15 flags, another one would have 10. One actually had 20. And then, because I'm riding my donkey now, I now know where the difficult parts in the forest area is. We would need ropes, we would need donkey. So I labeled it now ice, gold, and green. Ice being normal, gold being a bit difficult. Or, well, red may be the hot zone. However the colors go, red was the hot zone. Okay, put up the trail flags, worked with a company. We put the name of the flag, the name of the trail, the number on both sides, and the company's logo on it. We started to hang up the flags, and we using ropes. You know how we hang up the flag, the people then go cut them down. Oh, what she a try, what she a do? All right, Antiguans.
Okay, people in the area.
No, Antiguans, people would leave from wherever they live to go and destroy what we're doing out there. So when persons, and I say this, and people say, oh, it's your country, I consider myself a persona non grata. I live in Antigua and Barbuda, but it burns me to have to hold the flag in my hand because I am not patriotic, because I can't believe our people are so stupid. We are so ingrained in doing things in one particular way and begging behind politicians. Now you see somebody now outside the status quo doing something different, like she, because she break the mold that you're accustomed to. Okay, you got the flags hung. So we had red, we had orange, which was rendezvous. That's taking you from Wallings to Falmouth. You had green, which is Signal Hill. You had Bongo, you had Button Pond, and you had Reservoir Hill. So we started with those 3 trails first. Signal Hill is a popular trail. Persons are going there all the time. Button Pond was another one just off when you get to the crossroads. Persons weren't familiar with it, so we marked it. And then the persons that know Signal Hill and Rendezvous. All right. We marked the trails and we put up the flags. When by the time we had gotten to year 4 before we left, there were 97 flags in the Wallings Forest area. I mean, out with Aldi, because I wasn't the type of leader to sit down in the office. I remember one time somebody coming to Wallings and I'm dressed in a tights with pockets, have on my tennis and a t-shirt, and they passed me straight and act like I'm in a dinner wear. And they went to my assistant. He always have one nice polo shirt and
look like the boss.
And well dressed, because he's my administrative assistant, my executive assistant. And they're like, oh, I'm looking for Miss Attwood. He's like, she's sitting right here. And they're like, oh, why would an executive director dress like that? And I said to them, I'm the most fittest person at Wallings. If something is happening on the trail, you're going to be me the first one out there. So I have to dress the part. I can't run on the trail in a high heel. Ask her it. So I dressed the part.
It's not an office job. It's not an office job.
No. And we, one step at a time, making strides. Persons eventually say, oh, I'm accustomed for come, and then cost, and then pass, and all of a sudden we're doing this. Everybody wants to drive in and get it for free. Okay, we allow them. You know, argue
because
with people.
By this time, not to coach you, by this time you're clearly, you've done a lot of the clearing, most of it all. You're still looking for money to finish the bathroom, but the trails are open and people are now coming.
Yeah.
And you're charging now too.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's up and running by now.
Yeah.
But you're still renovating. You're still
doing
getting
everything in place, but you just need a little minimal fee. Okay. We eventually got the money to finish the administrative building and the bathroom. Here's how it was done. I wrote to Sandals Foundation and I asked them for money to do something.
Sandals, the big hotel chain in the Caribbean.
Foundation, yes. The executive director came to Wallings and she said to me, how you want to do this but your house dirty? She's Jamaican. You know how all Caribbean people speak. And she said to me, nobody's gonna take you serious if you don't have an administrative building. So I need you to make Infront look like you're successful and you look nice.
She got a point in a way.
And then you're gonna see that from you get a nice administrative building and you have a nice bathroom, you're gonna start to generate some more money. So I'm gonna test you. I'm giving you 15,000 US. I need you to finish the bathroom and the administrative building, and if you do and use the money, use it well and stretch it, I'll give you the rest to finish whatever you're finishing. Challenge me again. So now I'm going to the drawing board now with the team.
You're doubling up with your insomnia.
Yes. So I'm going with the team and we strategize how I go stretch this money. Something she said to me that resonates with me out today. She said to me, who's working with you? And I said to her, my family members, my brothers and my sisters, my volunteers. And she said, so how they get paid? I said, they don't. They get a small stipend. She said to me, well, pay them because of them, they are volunteers for us. Don't you dare get any money and go hire a big contractor and all these things, because when you don't have no money, them they work with you. So you get the money, I'm going to pay them. I started to hear, oh, she directly run project for Chip Family Packet, but they not remember that they're volunteering. They will come, them just give them some for drink. I tell them when grant funding come and money started, they for pay them. I'm gonna try to pay them.
I might be able to give you something.
Yeah, and they realize where the project is going, and I had them all 5 o'clock a morning and all 7 o'clock at night to help me. Okay, had a conversation with my brother, and he said to me, we need to cut the trail to Signal Hill wider. So I'm going to need you to give me a weed whacker, because again, getting the little trickling funding and you're using it to buy weed whacker, lawnmower, chainsaw,
whatever is needed at the time.
Pickaxe, everything to clean up your place, shovel. He said, okay, let's go to Signal Hill. So we got to Signal Hill with gas back in my hand, weed whacker strap on my back. He said, girl, you keep me back. Now follow me, come back up here. I'm going to go when I think the trail needs to cut, and just call you and tell you the trail cut. Me get up a morning 6 o'clock. The man tell me the trail is cut. I said, which trail? He said, me go up this morning 4 o'clock when, because the time is summer, 5 o'clock a morning. He said, me take for me time and me hike up in the dark because me know which part to push there. And by the time morning open, the first, not even sun to come up now, the first light come up. He don't start to cut, and he's starting from the top of the hill and he's cutting all the way from back down to clear the path, widen the path, widen the path. We got extra creative and we go and we use the pickaxe and we start to dig out the grass out of the way so that the road is now wide. Person start to take attention now. And they say, oh, they don't want to pay, they want to make a donation. I said, donation is voluntary and I have to give it. If you're coming to use the space, you have to pay like a $10. It was 10 easy. Oh Lord, we struggled for the first 2 years, fighting and cussing, and I heard some things and people try to run their vehicle at me and people cut this at me and people come with steel and piss and they don't hear about me and then this and then that. It was a lot of things. So when you hear me say it bother me to carry the flag, me coming from deep in my stomach.
Your constitution must have been tough. How were you able to speak to yourself to just say, calm down and just keep your head focused? And
my assistant was you have good cop, bad cop. He had the bad cop and he had the good cop. So he realized like I'm going to blow a fuse. He said, hey, go take a cutlass and go chop something, go clear some kind of trail. So I used the anger that I couldn't get for chop one of them, I cuss one of them, I tell them how to feel.
Chopping up some grass and some
and cut up some, go and dig up some lemongrass and go and cut trees off the trail, go and clear trail. So if he see me go blow a fuse, I'm always dressed for the outside. He say, hey, go take up the cutlass, go clean something, go dig something. Because he realized now the anger that I could not take out on them, because they're so stupid. This is going to benefit all of us, but somebody got to do the grunt work. Because this is how empires are built. Somebody have to be to do the grunt work. Okay. Continued. When they realized it's nice, as the woman from Sandals said, the place looked nice in front now, so I started to apply for more funding to get things done. We got to a point where persons were coming and they were paying. We had to get chains installed because persons were coming in when we don't work at night time or daytime and go throw in the garbage, so we put the chain up so they can't drive in no more. People gone on radio, go call it, and they geek all kind of story. I heard a lot of things about myself, and again, when you hear me say, it bothers me for say the flag and Antigua and Barbuda, it deeply reads because persons don't understand the amount of abuse I had to suffer to get this project to the international phase. Okay. Start up, got over the hurdles, the Ministry of Agriculture's problem. Me have to tell them, I be one reject ministry, I to people work here. How I so don't? I'm doing your work for you. You don't appreciate it. You fight me down. I can't do it myself. You're saying to me you don't have the manpower, you don't have the resources. I don't send any ideas. And even if you had ideas, you don't know how to execute it because you're saying that you're limited. Me not have no money. Me have limited manpower and resources. You have a bigger team than me. At 6 hours of work, I will do the work for 12 and 13 people as 6 people. Because again, we want to see the change. And what I managed to do, I managed to find like-minded persons that wanted to see a difference. Okay. I don't struggle for 2 years. Year 3, things are so bad because I don't know how much we have administrative building. We build a relationship with the community. We have bringing down lemongrass, and somebody's making a lemongrass drink in 4 different flavors. We get different things from different vendors. We get a fridge from Kennedy's. So we selling little trinkets. So we're trying to make money. So even if you don't come to pay and I want to pay, you can buy one juice for me. So I'm going to make a little money. We went back to the Ministry of Agriculture, so we got utilities in our name because we had to get it written. But the good thing about it is that we went to lands, and the PS for lands, nice gentleman. He saw the vision because we spoke to him. By this time, I can't ride my donkey like I before, because every second somebody want to have me in a meeting. Nobody can get me for going to a meeting 9 o'clock in the morning. You want to have a conversation with me? I am available at 2 o'clock. I'm going on my donkey at 6 o'clock, and when I don't reach out to the bush, I can take a shower and I can meet you at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. At this time now, I can't go ride my donkey like before, because everybody wants to have a meeting with me. It's up and down all over the place, trying to be diplomatic to get this thing off the ground. Tourism Authority, Ministry of Tourism, certain places start to take attention. I must say that while we were there for the 4 years, you had persons like Max Fernandez, Chet Green, Winston Williams.
Government ministers and officials.
No, they come into Wallings now. Fernandez always came in his official capacity. Dean Jonas came in his official capacity. Chet Green and Winston Williams came in the official capacity, and then they came back to go hiking and so. Colin James, they run for politics at the time, and it was election time, and I was one of those persons, as a young person with them, walking around telling people about stuff. And when we went down to Down Point, close to where the headquarters was, next to the radio station, I'm sitting down and I'm having a conversation with Mary Clay Harris, and he can say, I said to them, they say, what are your concerns? I say, I'm trying to get this Wallings place set up. And he said, we're going to eat, sleep and shit Wallings. And I will never vote for you again. Because how you go tell me that me going to eat, sleep and shit Wallings when you don't see the vision? Because you're not forward thinking. You're thinking about right now. You're not thinking about the future. And that it bothered me up to this day. You can eat, sleep and shit Wallings. It never come nothing. It never gone away. It's a failure already waiting to happen. So all of them sitting down discussing that it going to fail. It never gone away. This is the situation, that is the situation. Okay. What I find I can do is I can speak, and I'll try, and persons would give me an opportunity to try, because I have this drive. I want to see if I'm going to fail first. Don't tell me I'm going to fail. Yeah. Allow me to fail first before you tell me that I'm going to fail. True. Okay. The first award came when Tourism Authority bought a wellness coach, and I took on a short hike, and she was in love with my passion and what we were doing. First award come. I wasn't looking for it. The girl came and tell me, congratulations, you got an I don't even remember the term to use where it's the first award.
Inaugural?
Yes. So I've gotten quite a few inaugural awards. Okay, get the first award. Youth Affairs now jumping on the bandwagon, and they gave me an award in tourism. So it was me and another gentleman for tourism. Okay? Some other award come. So this is May 2022. So I get 4 awards 1 month. I'm sitting down at a session to collect an award now, and I get an email. We want to nominate you for the award from Her Majesty the Queen. Do you accept? Yes. Me never bother read the email. Me no know what you want to give an award from the Queen. Okay. Okay.
I'll check the details later.
They said, I said yes. They said, the man said that was quick. I actually had my phone in my hand, and he said, send me certain things, and I sent him certain things. I said, okay, I have to keep this confidential until it gets to this point. And I'm sitting down and I'm laughing because I'm saying, probably not get nominated. Then just take the information, kind of how nominations go. You might win. Okay, continue to do work. I have this, again, all of this is happening from Tourism Authority, because they were one of the biggest supporters. They would send fam trips. They would just send different persons. I met this girl from Dominican Republic, black girl. She was fascinated with me when she saw me riding to Wallings on my donkey. I jumped off tie the donkey, walk up to them and say, sorry for being late, I was at such and such. And she's like, that's your ride. I'm like, yeah, that's my job.
That's your limo. That's your personal limo.
That's my car. That's my BMW. That's Max. And she laughed and we had a conversation. And I didn't realize that she would have been taking everything in, taking pictures, etc. I get an email, hey, I nominated your project for USA 10 Best. Say, what? She said, yeah, I nominated your project for USA 10 Best because I think the work that you're doing, you're not really there as yet, can rival the other things happening in the Caribbean. By that time, boy, Sanders don't come back again. No, so Sanders giving the money the first time I passed the test and stuff. So we now have some fancy signs. This is outside of the Wallings sign.
Trash and ready. My time and your time is ticking away. So let me fast forward a little bit. So with all these awards and international recognition also come player haters, more player haters, and I imagine more negativity from the government. I first heard about you when the government stepped back in now and said they want back the sub.
Yeah. I dare the government of Antigua and Barbuda use their platform to go tell life on me. I don't know who they got trouble. You ever know you see people and you assume that you can bully them. They thought they could bully me. Not realizing that it's donkey I ride and I have to go into the bushes and the only thing me and my God and my cutlass.
But how did it start? Did it start slow or did it come at you in barrage?
It just came gradually. They have this clown that they bought back from diplomatic duties. Send me a message in my inbox on Facebook. He didn't send me an email. He didn't call the company's phone. The company have a phone number. Send me a message on Facebook. Oh, we need Wallings Financial. I say, excuse me, why? Don't ask me that. I work at the Ministry of Agriculture. We work Wallings Financial. And say, in what capacity are you asking for that? If you're asking for certain documents, Wallings has 2 lawyers and can get in contact with them. He said, oh, you don't need to get that far. You just need to comply and do what I say. And I say, that is not how it works. And I told him the name of the 2 lawyers. He didn't want to do that. What we were doing at Wallings is that we would list everybody that we got funding from. Me get a phone call on Friday night, Jamaica behind time. Oh, what money did you steal? I say, what? Oh, we got a phone call and they called the person's name that was attached to the Ministry of Agriculture at the time. You misappropriate funds and the government is concerned and they're going to bring charges against them. So I tell the government, we can make what? I don't know why that punk is trying. Okay, somebody else from Sanders called me. What drama am I hearing that you steal money because that is not according to our record?
This is just that person.
This was the Wednesday, and this happened the Wednesday. Then Friday, so the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I tell him no in my inbox. You don't send me, you don't send a message to the company's phone. You don't call the company's phone. You don't reach out to the lawyer, nothing. Okay. COVID are going at the time because we got a lot of work done to develop the space while the country was shut down to get certain things done. So when you open back, I had things. Me a drive. I don't know where I was driving coming from in the morning. My phone kept ringing. By the time I checked, I had 47 minutes. I was like, what was happening? A girl called me. She said, Rafika, where am I? Say, on the road. By the time I pulled into the yard, the yard in a chaos. You name a car from press briefing. I said, Fumi, name a car from press briefing. What me do? I said, I'm not even going to listen to them because I cannot deal with the bullshit. I waited until the press briefing was done for to hear for myself what a liar man have to call my name and say. When me don't listen to the story, me start to make notes. So when that press briefing done and they thought that I was going to take a city down, me make a live video. I'm going to call them out and tell them that they're lying. I'm going to tell people that me get money from certain organizations when I have a list of organizations that I would have received funding from and what I did with the money. Okay. After I made the video and the video went viral, Luke Caribbean called me and said, oh, they don't want a statement from me. They want a statement from me for what? The government of Antigua and Barbuda is all liars. And then the ranks somebody then come from. They annihilate them because when we out there and rain and wet me and me just shit in a porta potty and I do this and I do that, me didn't see none of them. How come all of a sudden I come thief? They ever give me money? If they didn't give me money, I could tell them, show them a bank statement, but you never give me money. Then come in like a man that loves advantage woman and bang you, and as soon as you walk off, then walk for try for go on like if, well, yes, We've always had a toxic relationship with the Ministry of Agriculture. Then call police for now when they say, we're operating legally and we're not registered. There's a lot of ignorance that went on. Okay, after me make the live video, me rude. I mean, I had no respect for the government. Me want to give them some bad word, but I kept it professional for clear my name.
Yeah, keep it down, yeah.
So you had the critics now jumping up and say, oh, I didn't need to respond like that and I just need to stuff. It was a back and forth. At one point, a reporter from ABS came and tell me that nothing else to say. Then one of them placement I have with them.
So then, okay, they clearly realized that you're not going to roll over like Rover. That you're not just going to like quietly go down and say, okay.
Okay.
So then they had to now increase.
No, we made after they carry on, I said to my board with some bad word, me can't do this shit no more. Me can't deal with ungrateful people. I hate ungrateful people. And it's like a one dog that you feed and take up off a road or straight that you feed. I take care of, want to take advantage of you. Me, I resign from a place if I don't want to work with them. I'm leaving your organization because I am not going into that toxic space. They're only after the money. They don't care how the work do. We've gone to them in multiple meetings and said to them, this is what we need, this is what we have. You have public works, you have this, you have that. They have the resources, we don't have it. We can't afford it. We're struggling to find money to pay bills and get things done. Okay. The board said, give us a few days. And they voted unanimously for us to move. Because they realize if me resign, one of them, all of them had a job, then they can't do it themselves. And Rafika is saying that she's willing to resign if they go in a partnership with the government. Because I realize at this point, it's my brains they want. It's my drive they want because they realize, okay, you can put anybody you want, they're not going to do work like me. All right. They authorized me to write a press statement. And the board me have to listen. I write the press statement. And they tell me give us a few days or a couple hours to edit it. And they edit the press statement and then tell me, send it back and say you need to release it. And I released it. And when I released it, donors will call me, why am I going to move? And this and that. And at this time, we had already gone ahead and gotten a specialized lease agreement created. I didn't write it. The Department of Environment would have used their specialists and their in-house lawyers to write something because again we were working along with them and they saw the vision. Okay, the document go up a cabinet how much time and turn down and this and that and tether because they want a puppet. I'm gonna be nobody puppet. Nobody gonna press no button and tell me press play. I don't want that because I've read your playbook. Remember food in the playbook they use against them now? You don't fail. They use for your playbook against you, but a lot of them are not learned people and they realize I'm using your documents that you write from projects before for play you. Okay. Starting here, I kind of something about myself. She's not a team player. She want glory and she want this. Me never going into the Wallings project to get no glory. I wasn't looking for no awards. I wasn't looking for no recognition. The man give me born me. I'm have to prove he wrong. I can clean up the place and I can make something of it. Remember this time now we don't get fifth best Caribbean attraction and we don't get the award from the Queen and we don't get international recognition. We don't get written in the Sierra magazine. We don't get right by the UN. We don't featured all over the place. So I'm out there on the donkey. When we made the statement, they started backtrack because they say, oh, I'm just throwing a tantrum because I want to have my way. Throw a tantrum. I say what I mean and mean what I say. I wasn't going to continue stressing out myself. Remember, people don't cut this on me. People don't try run weak upon me. People don't do all kind of something. Won't be a top of your place and fight you for when you want your place. For yourself in my crown land.
Come on, take them back.
Okay. What they failed to tell the public and they twist the story, I was given two options. Either I comply and sign an MOU because a lease agreement cannot be given for a rainforest and they like and then go to other people. Me and them puppet, me and them friend and like me rude according to them because I'm speaking my mind or get off of crown land. I sign no MOU to come to an MOU because I know the direction I want the organization to go. So I'm come off crown land.
So you and the board en masse.
Well, the board tell me for follow them directions, protect my mental health, get off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So okay, then the takeover now. The takeover. What's happening?
We're gonna take over.
Okay.
We take down everything.
So they take down all the sign and all the
and we did it strategically. Remember, I put up the sign now.
Yes.
So we go from one day when we come out. Every time we go in the bush, we bring it down something. And we left the sign. No, you have to make them think that you're bluff. Gave them a timeline. We were going to be out of the space because we weren't going to continue. Okay. I had a farewell party and I said to them, when we finish the farewell party, we're taking up the sign. All right. Take up the sign, newspaper article right the next day. Me must carry back the sign that me beg somebody for do. Because it belongs to the government of Antigua and Barbuda. Again, we go back on Facebook and ask them where the F them in there and how much money they give me for put anything out there. Because when I come and ask them for any help, they always broke and they have no money. No, nothing, no resources. Again, me rude. One stupid girl got asked me what I'm going to do with the sign. The company's name is Wallings Nature Reserve. We never changed the locations there. We just wanted persons to know where to find the visit, so we made the sign creative. So persons could have a spot to take pictures. And she was a government official. She worked as a civil servant. So I found that her statement to be very daunting. Can I mean, what am I going to do with the sign if I can't live them out there? Who going to maintain them? Right? Okay. So you have a divide now in Antigua. Persons that knew how hard I worked and persons that not understand that waff upon the government side because they don't understand and they're not forward thinking. We moved. And before we left, we cleaned up all the garbage, we cut the grass, we cut the lawn. We left the place in pristine condition for you to just move in
and do the takeover.
And do what you want. Okay, you know what bother me is for today? I'm going to find the money for carry the government of Antigua and Barbuda court. You know the 2 buildings that me beg money for bill. The
bathroom and the
forestry officer go out there December 2022 with police and public works and cut off the locks that me buy and put on lock and see how me must come a tongue and kneel down and beg them. Wait, I'm going to carry them a court. So the organization's property, which is now the administrative building and the bathroom, he cut them off, cut off 4 lock and put on 4 lock. And go out there with police because me want troublemaker, and if I'm going to be there, the police is going to arrest me. Who rob who? Then me building. You know how money come? And this has been the corruption happening in Antigua. But you know what? Because they fight me so publicly out there and try to tarnish my reputation, you know, not everybody chop it. You know, people started to reach out to me internationally to find out what really happened. Because you were going so good.
And
how come all of a sudden your thief money and this happened to you and that happened to you? And an individual said to me, hey, I need you to jump on a plane and come. Because I don't know how the story is adding up. Something is not adding up. I've come myself. I've seen the books. This is a donor. You've been tracking your records. I asked you for the file. You give me the file. My accountants go through it and I find nothing wrong with it. How is it that the government is not seeing this? What is happening? Or some people say, oh, just comply and give them the documentation and ask you the financial records. I can't. I signed NDAs. This is between me and my donors. How me go broke the people them? So, for give you documentation because you just want to see the finances. Right?
They smell money.
They were so corrupt that they sent, and I call her Gregory, they sent somebody to Wallace to pretend to help us as a spy for a government official to get a hand on the books. And she come conveniently to be the accountant to share our information. So the destruction of the Wallings Forest area or Wallings Nature Reserve moving from the Wallings Forest area was always a power play. Because you had the UPP taking pictures at the time election would come. And I said to them, don't use the pictures because you didn't help me. Said the same to ALP. So I wasn't on the UPP side and I wasn't on the ALP side. I was non-partisan. Because here is it. This is beneficial to us. Because I just scratch the surface now. I still struggle for find money for even pay my current bill. Now I get no salary. At this time I had to find a job regionally to be able to survive and I have children to feed. Can't ride my donkey like before because every second you want me for hand I'm eating. And honestly, when they started to get on with their things, it was like a weight was lifted off my shoulder because I no longer had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I no longer had to get home at 10 o'clock in the night if somebody's left on the trail. And I wasn't upset. When they said to me, oh, she reached too far, she now quit. You don't know me. Me don't prove the point, but don't show you that I can do something with the space. You don't. And I'm not going to sit down and allow nobody to bully me, all in the name of country. Because that's not how life works. I struggled to get that place up and running, even to get bathroom where persons call me all kind of name and then do all kind of things. Because again, I'm a woman. And then they say, oh, you're aggressive, but I've had to hold back a lot. And there were times when I had to show them that don't give me red, I'm enough to use cutlass, now try that with me. And I said to somebody, I'd rather reload my donkey 12 times or 7 times than for become somebody's puppet. So now in 2025, I've traveled the world from since 2022. And
where have you been?
I've been to Rome, I've been to Kenya, I've been to Paris, I've been to England, I'm now in Canada, I've been to Trinidad, I've been to St. Lucia, I'm going to St. Martin.
Doing what?
Talking about the advantage I get as the executive director for Wallings. Tell them how my own government fight me for my own idea. Because at the end of it, they wanted control. And they were brave enough to say this. And they went into rooms and said, if they give me a few more years, I'll become a millionaire. Me can't be a black millionaire. I'm going to work for money. Because they're not forward-thinking people. And all of this is resting on the shoulders of one civil servant who's so corrupt.
That said forestry official?
Yes. I don't know if he till day. But he has poisoned their minds so much and then lays them to go out in the field. So his word is Bible.
And what is happening with Wallings right now?
Wallings is now a dump and it's looking worse than what it was when we
So
were
now
managing it.
the grass and them are going over again?
Grass, the building that then take over and cut off the lack of them is now a home to bees and bats. We had furniture in there. We weren't even allowed to go and take the furniture that we have in there to put into storage. All of that. And then you're going to say, oh, I can't do that nothing. I'll carry them a quote because Wallings need to get paid for the hard work that we've done, because those buildings don't belong to them, those furniture don't belong to them. There is a way you're supposed to do things in Antigua, but we're so corrupt and we're so bad-minded, and we have persons in authority that are bullies. They use social media to try to intimidate people. And as soon as you talk, you this and you that, and then try to dig up this and then try to dig up that, we are not forward. Well, they are not forward-thinking people. And you know what? I had to say recently, I had to lose to win, because had they not done what they done publicly, I would not be getting additional international recognition.
When you go back and look back, and the thing your father had said that challenged you and kind of upset you, how true is that there's a lot of talk, because the beach cleanup and so on?
He is livid, because he's like, I said it to somebody, not because she's my child, that was her project. There's nobody that could do it like her, because she didn't have it as a 9-to-5 job. She had it as flexibility. You needed her at 4 o'clock, she was there at 4 o'clock. And you cannot run a project or a national park of that magnitude 9 to 5. Government workers don't work on holidays, they don't work on weekends. When Friday time you shut down 2 o'clock, not Rafika, if she have to send home all the staff because she can't pay holiday pay, she'll go and work on Christmas. If somebody calls she and need access to the space early for an early morning hike, she'll go and do it. Government is not going to do that. That was the difference that made Wallings successful.
Wow. And what's in your future now then?
Me? I'm taking the trips around the world, and I've begun to work as an international, regional, and local consultant.
What's the lesson of this saga that you've been through for the rest of the Caribbean?
You gotta start. You're gonna get the fight down. Still do it. But put your mental health first, because as I said, when they got to the point where they started to attack, it was like, oh, weight was lifted off my shoulder. I wanted an excuse to stop, and they gave it to me because I was tired. I was fed up of the abuse, of persons getting on, doing this and doing that. I wanted an excuse to stop, but there was nothing motivating me to stop because I was just getting started. So they gave me the perfect excuse to back out by playing foolish. Well, like I said to the Caribbean, I did it. I don't mind working along with others because I have lots of ideas, and I've been doing it internationally, locally, and regionally, because I have the playbook: what to do, what not to do, how to circumvent, and how to find gray areas, because I've lived it.
Thank you so much. This is the Eglinton West Pop-Up Podcast. I'm Dubsport at Large, Clifton Joseph. See you next time. We are with Rafika, Feeks, Attwood. Thank you so much for checking us out. Please subscribe, donate for Chuboy. Donate and like. Thank you so much. The Eglinton West Pop-Up Podcast. Over and out.